Welcome to another Ark Ascended How to Tame video. Today we are looking at the newest arrival in the Ark roster. No, it's not the cat. We've already done a video on that. That was the first video that I've ever done. We are talking about the Deinotherium. These guys can be found in relatively the same spawns as Brontos. I'm only seeing one over there right now. I'm pretty sure I saw another two somewhere out there. They probably went out of render, but we'll go check. I hope they're still there. Because we're not going to tame a level 20. But, yeah, you can usually find them around Bronto spawns. That's usually on the ends of these thicker rivers that you'll see through here. Or they're going to be up and around kind of in the redwoods a little bit, kind of in these grassy plains. Like, this is a great mixture of both. You have that grassy plain right next to this river. That's kind of what you'd be looking for, kinda ish, maybe just a little bit. So we've got this guy right here. That's a level 20. We won't be going for them. But let's see what else we got roaming around here. We got a level 90 with the angry trait. We've got a level 130. That is the one we're going to be going for. Absolutely all day long. The 130 is going to be it. So, what are you going to need for these guys? If you've never tamed one, they used to be a mod. They are a part of the Additions Ascended that Garuga had once put together. And they are coming into the base game. This is the newest one in the base game. And for it, you're going to need beer. If you've never made beer before, you need a beer barrel. You need berries, thatch, and the barrel needs to be irrigated. You're going to let that sit for a while. You're going to put a jar in there. The beer is going to go straight into the jar, or the beer will sit in there by itself. And then you'll just have your beer jars. You want these put in the last slot of your inventory. And this is what you need to look for. You see that? That is one animation. That one animation is exactly what we're looking for. Now there's a second animation. We're also looking for that second animation right there. You need a total of 3. That raises your percentage. Each animation has a different taming percentage. Usually, you only want 3, like that. So you walk up to him, he's gonna take the beer, and look at that. That's on 130. My taming rates are a lot higher than normal. I think it's at a 3 times, something like that. Maybe a 2 times. I'd have to check that to see exactly how it is. But now we just gotta wait a second. Okay, we got 1 animation. And usually I wait for 3 distinct animations. That's 2. That head shake is a part of the trunk flail. Okay, so we don't want to go yet. Usually I wait for specifically 3 distinct animations. Like that. See that? Now we go. Bam. And we've got a Deinotherium. Obviously it's a lot more difficult on other servers with different ratings. But these guys are powerhouses. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to cryopod this little guy up. We are going to go get our RG, who's being mauled. Get you to land. We're going to head back to base, make a saddle for this. I'm going to show it off a little bit. But I will see you guys when we get over there. Alright, so we are back at base. We have our Deinotherium. And there's a couple of things that I had forgotten to mention. You might have noticed at the beginning, you will see the little animation where their trunk is up and they're sniffing in the air. That is good. That is what you're looking for. That's how you know that you have it in the final slot. How you know that they're sniffing around for you. They're going to find you. And how you want them to be while you have the beer. There are a couple animations that you do need to look out for. We will go back and check on the other ones so we can kind of show those off, because there's 2 animations that you do not want to try to tame these guys for. And we'll take a look at that here in just a second, but I just want to kind of appreciate the model for these guys. This one doesn't really have a great pattern. You can't really see everything on it, but it's got these stripes going on through here. That's one pattern. It's got the base body. The top fur, I'm pretty sure, is another one. It's supposed to have some stripes on the trunk, too, you can't really see. And there is a little bit of sexual dimorphism. So this is a female. The males will have this almost mutton chop beard going on. So this mane they kind of have on the back will come down over the chin and down the trunk about halfway, a little under. That's very cool. It's very cool. But yeah, if you guys are wanting to make a saddle for one of these, I'm pretty sure... Let me see where we unlock these at. We unlock these at level 85. And when you go in, you open this up, they are going to be into the Additions Ascended. You open this up, and you'll see right here, these are the requirements that you will need to craft your saddle. We're going to craft that up. We're going to slap it on, look at it with the saddle on, and then we will go check out the other animations for the creatures. What you need to look out for, what you don't. Now, usually, how I've seen Syntac do it is he goes by a percentage system that I think is the correct way to do it with these guys and with their animations. I just go off of 3 unique animations, which I'm pretty sure is the same way that Roz Clark does it. And I've had little to no failure with that method specifically. If we look at the base stats of what this guy's coming out with, these guys are amazing. These guys have just a massive amount of health. Their melee is pretty great. I heard something attack something around here. Oh, I was going to test it out. We can still test it out on this little Oviraptor right there. So that is a great little turn attack that this guy has. Anytime you're looking either direction, it will turn, and that does a lot of damage. But you'll also notice that it's got this regular stomp, so your R2 is the same for your turn attack as it is for your normal stomp. We then also have this kind of roundabout... Is that on a cooldown? Roundabout trunk swing. I'm not quite sure how much damage that does, or what that does. Is that really good for gathering? I'll test that out real fast. Ooh, that does collect a little bit of wood. And that's collecting your berries. And that collects some wood. Yeah, so you can definitely collect an absolute crap ton of berries with this. This guy is going to be just as good as your mammoth when it comes to wood, berries, all of that. Thatch. If not better, because it does move significantly faster. I do still think, though, mammoths are superior when it comes to the wood gathering. Just in terms of how much they gather in one go. This one doesn't have any levels of melee, though, so I could be wrong. But these guys aren't... They're not made. You're not taming these guys together. You're taming these guys because they are wonderful support and combat creatures. They've got this great omnidirectional movement. You can move side to side without turning. You can turn while you do it. You can back up, forward, sideways, any direction you want. Kind of make them dance a little bit. The other thing that is wonderful about these guys, as you noticed, I mentioned they are support creatures. If I press, is it... which button is it? Which button is it? I think it's going to be... Is it just perpetual? Okay. I think it's going to be R3 for me. Yeah! There we go. Look at that. See that? That gives us a defense rally for about 30 seconds. And that's going to increase the defense of this creature and any of the creatures around it. As you can see here, we got my Deinotherium, my Argy, probably a bunch of the critters in the barn, all with this defense rally. And this is going to be amazing for boss fights. This is going to help out significantly, and this is just the female. The male will boost your attack. That's going to give you a combat rally. It's going to help you do more damage, which is going to be amazing. You couple that with a Yudi, maybe a Daedon, and a Cerato, and you have yourself a couple of just massive boss rippers. These guys are going to run through most just most critters. Oh, it also has a little passive stop, so you can just flatten a dodo. It's amazing. It's great. But now we are going to head over, and we'll test this guy out a little bit more later. But for now, we're going to put him away, and we're going to go over, and we're going to check out the other animations for a couple of wild Deinotherium when they don't want you to tame them. Yeah, right here. Alright, look at this. You see this? This is the kind of animation. This is one of them. This is one of two. So the trunk on the left side, like that, it doesn't want anything to do with us. It doesn't want anything to do with us. It's upset. It's defensive. It wants little to nothing to do. It's doing the animations, but the trunk is still on the side, which means it doesn't want to screw with us. So that right there, that is one of the animations you need to look out for. The other one is going to be the ears pinned back. You see how they're out like that? You see how they're fanned out? When they're pinned back to the side of the head, that is the other one you want to look out for. I've been here way too long trying to get at least one of these animations, and it just hasn't worked. That's a shot right there. Oh, that is so good. Oh, God. Yep, see? And he's after us. Oh, but now he's fine. Okay, neat. So we're out here. We have our Deinotherium, and now we are going to, be testing it. We're going to see how it does against creatures that'll actually fight back. And by creatures that'll actually fight back, I mean the other Deinotherium that we were experimenting with earlier. We'll go through here. Go walking through. And there they are. There's a couple right there. They're next to a Diplodocus. Now, there is no male, but you can also see the patterns on that one to our left a lot better. They smell that beer on me. I'm gonna get rid of that. Listen to their little nose. Yeah, but they have amazing patterns. These guys look great. So let's get in there. Let's get us some. So we're doing roughly 200, but now they got the defense, and now we're doing less. Okay, we're doing about 118. But we can just sit here and we can just keep stomping. We can just keep slamming this down. Keep stomping. There's that big stomp right there, that turn stomp, which does do more damage. Ooh, that guy got a 115 on me. How much does that do? Okay, so that does do big damage as well. And that's them with their buffs on. How was that, level 90? Yeah, okay. So overall, we didn't take a lot of damage there. We didn't use our defense at all. I just noticed we do have the cooldown down here, though, too. Shows us exactly where that's going to be. Let's see what our turnaround stomp does. 588, nearly 600, and that did 547. So how is this scaling? Is it size? Because that did 478 there. This scales with size, then? I don't know. How much damage do I do to you? 316. It's got to scale with size. So apparently your damage scales with size. Let me come from the back on this Parasaur. Bop. And just like that, we are at Carno Island. So, toss Deinotherium up. Hop on. We got some levels pumped in. Let's go see. We got an Evo Rex up here. Be decent enough to test on if it doesn't die to the RGs first. So 650. See, this is what I'm talking about. Very, very different numbers we're getting here. But it does still prove the point that these guys can hold their own super well. These guys have got it covered. We have the defense buff on. Ah, yeah, I forgot. I need to take that off real quick. So they're doing, what, 30? Yeah, they were doing about 30 in total there with that defensive roar, which is, it's great. It's awesome. It's amazing. Ooh, an Alpha Raptor. That's nice, too. That will be great. And we just squish them. We just squish them. And these guys... Oh, 86. Alright, worthy. So that's 86. Let's see how much it does after this gets turned on. So, about 76. Okay, so that could save your life. Is it massive? Maybe not, but you have to think about imprints, mate boosting, different saddles. You could negate a lot of damage with this in the long term. I think it stacks as well, so you could have multiple Deinotherium all at once going through and giving you that buff. Yeah, that is amazing. That is super helpful. But I think that is as much testing as we're going to do with these guys today. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you had a good time watching with these guys. I hope that it was exciting. I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Stay hydrated, and we'll see you then. Until next time. Bye.